Welcome back. As you can see, I've swapped dogs. This is Katie, and she is a good retriever. She's not a retriever, she's a crossbreed, but she's good at retrieving. So I'm going to take this to the next stage for you. At the moment, we're still not going to be letting go of the toy, so we're going to now start to teach the dog the command. Get it? Katie, steady. If the dog starts to pull around with this, then you just hold onto the collar and just get the dog still. Get it? Steady. Steady. Get it? And only click when the dog is totally still, because that's the action you want, of the dog just holding the article gently and just not mouthing it and tossing it around. That's another reason why I don't use the toys that I would play tug with. I don't use those as retrieve articles, not in the early stages, because they think they can just rag around with them. So this article is actually just a retrieve article. It's not the toy that I use for tugging with. Get it? So I'm giving the command ahead of the click, just introducing the command, but I'm not actually clicking the action until I've got it. So my theory is request, response, and then reward, with the click obviously in there as well. Get it? So I'm just gently holding underneath Katie's chin. Get it? Good. And now I'm withholding the click for slightly longer each time, so we get a longer hold. Get it? Good. Now she's fairly steady with the hold, I can start taking my hand out of the equation. Get it? But again, I'm only going to click when the dog is steady with the hold. Get it? Good dog. This might take many repetitions to build up, so persevere with it, because it is a difficult exercise to teach. And the reason that I like to teach it formally is because if you just start lobbing toys and expecting the dog to bring it back, the dog doesn't understand that, you know, you've lobbed it because you want the dog to bring it back. They see it that you've thrown the toy away and clearly don't want it, so they can just run off with it and do what they like. So it's important to teach this exercise formally if you want to get a reliable and fast response retrieve. Get it? Good dog. Get it? So if the dog makes a backward move, you know, she's now starting to go back to mouth it, get it? Then I will just go back to holding my hand under the chin gently. Good dog. Now when you've repeated this many times, get it? And you've got a steady hold, then you can start getting the dog to pick things up from the floor. I'm now going to move on to the hard article, which is the dumbbell. Get it? Now, also what I teach with the retrieve is I drop the watch command in. So if you taught your dog to watch, it is really useful, because when they come back with the article, you can ask for the sit and the watch, which means the dog is holding the dumbbell upwards and looking at you, and they're less likely A, to drop it, and B, to mouth it. Get it? And watch. Good. So now she's really steady with and knows the command, and steady with the get it, which is the command I use when I throw the article. Now I can dispense with the click. Katie, get it and watch. Good. Get it? Watch. Good. Now I'm going to ask her to pick the article up from the floor. Wait. Good. Get it? From here. Watch. Good dog. Good dog. Well done. Okay, in a moment we're going to move on to stage 3, which is actually getting the dog to pick the article up. So we'll be back in a jiffy.